Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are on episode number 41. We did do a little bit of recording 2 weeks ago, which hasn't gone out because I'm having problems with YouTube at the moment and just getting it to process that video. So there is a potential plan that I might put on what we did for 2 weeks ago on the front of this, so it will all nicely flow together, honest. But in either case, we have been away a little bit. Work commitments and various other bits and pieces like that just got a little bit in the way, and that's fine because, we don't do this seriously. If we did this seriously, it wouldn't be this good. Let's put it that way. So we are going to get into episode 41, but I'm going to pick on somebody. I'm going to pick on Mr. JJ. I'm going to pick on you because the last recording that we did do was all about everybody's level 4 choices, having just leveled up to level 4. And you weren't here. You weren't here, damn it. So you get picked on. Because we don't know what Moz picked, and we need to know what Moz picked. So, level 4 for Moz. Let's get into this. Let's get into these choices. Level 4 is probably not the most exciting level, but it is a level nonetheless. Mm-hmm. And you do get some picks for it, and you've gone heavy-handed into a certain set of picks.
I have. So probably closer to 10 or 20 episodes ago, we had a conversation around, do you go for lore picks for your character? Do you go for the world picks, or do you go for that slightly meta feel of I want to do this, that, the other? And to an extent, probably to a greater extent, I've lent Moz into more the lore of the character rather than going for what would be potentially extremely useful as skills, because they say level 4 not the most exciting of levels, but with the free archetype how we started, it's given me a lot of options to play with, and I've lent heavily into the Hell Knight armature that Moz is. So he previously had the dedication at level 2. This level he's picked up Ardent Armature. Now this is very much about the resistance, so it leans into the old Cheliax laws and history and Pathfinder, so lore, LORE. So resisting demons and resisting influence. So it's a circumstances save against mental effects that is boosted by how many points you've got in the armature side, much like the general willpower stuff that I've got.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that goes in line with that is one we briefly discussed off screen, which as I roll up to it, there we go, is mortification. And this is something that I've dropped a couple of very small details in the narrative sections, where Moz has pushed something under a vambrace or has been seen handling nails. And it is a mortification of the flesh. Some of you who are of religious background may be aware of flagellation or otherwise as part of ritual and part of religion. Hell Knights have it in the game as part of toughening their body, and as part of the Order of Nails, he is resistant now for a value of 3 to piercing damage. And then because we have got the class pick, I have picked up Intimidating Prowess. So where I can physically menace a target, I can coerce or demoralize them, and gain a +1 bonus to my intimidation checks and ignore any penalty for not having a shared language. So it's very much that non-verbal threatening, which will be leaned more and more into as it goes forward.
Yep. So allows you to just it still uses the standard
Strength.
Intimidation check, but you use effectively you're using your strength as a slight advantage towards it, and that bonus will go up to +2 if your strength ever goes to 20. So that is a potential extra swing in your favour in the future. So yeah, so that's more or less what we've got. We've done a little bit of clearing up as well, cleaning up. We've moved some stuff around for Inver, and we've changed a couple of, well, not a couple of spells. We've changed a spell. or more accurately picked up a spell, which is because obviously the next level with sorcerer they've gained another casting, so they immediately gain another spell as well. So we've got that in. I'm not going to let people know what that is, but that's been added. And we've also shifted stuff around with Nephi. Nephi originally was going with the cantrip expansion. That's been changed. You now have a level 1 spell slot instead, and 2 level 1 spells to fight over that slot during each day. So yeah. But being a prepared caster, you must pick at the beginning of each day. So at the moment, we will hold that off. Moz, just for the time being, also has a max health of 60 now. So the group is starting to look a little bit healthier in general. So that's where Moz is. If I've done this right, you'll know what everybody else has picked as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at our nice Foundry screen in just a second. We've got everything on here. Just a quick standard run through the reminders. We are doing this off of Paizo's Abomination vaults. The adventure path for that. They are currently level 4 and on the 3rd floor of this place, if you count sort of down. So 1, 2, 3. And lastly on this one, the last time they were here, they were fighting a lurker in light, which I don't believe is necessarily a creature that most of you will have fought against before, but it is a Pathfinder staple. And the general sort of old thing for them is they're not that strong, they're not that powerful, but they can blind people, which is pretty bad. They're generally speaking, that's the sort of thing. They also used to be able to dimension door to anywhere that there was light as a free action, so they could just jump around the place. So yeah, that's a general sort of miscreant type creature. You did search the room, I believe, and generally speaking, you have worked out that pretty much the torches in here must be ever burning torches. That's pretty much the only way that these things are going. But
one of those.
Yeah, having one of those. That's more than reasonable. And if I just check,
learn to see in the dark like the rest of us.
To be brutally honest,
I can.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the badger.
The badger will leave you a message later in your boots.
In your boots. Lovely. Right, let's get a little bit of music on. It is I'm sure many of you are becoming used to the sounds of the library at this point, and we shall swap everything over to the appropriate screen. With any hope, I'll be able to hear something soon.
Going to stop you there, Matt. I still haven't got anything other than a loading screen.
Oh dear. Oh, that's
not got video.
That's a concern. We've got audio, but Kess is not actually loaded in. Okay, let's pause this wonderful one. Okay, tech issues aside, we are back again. So yeah. The chamber that you were in, and just pause the game. There we go. That's better. Now we have music and everything else. So yes, the chamber you were in, you had the lurker in the light, just in this chamber, reading books. But other than the torches themselves, there's no real items in here of any interest. The books are generally a little bit old. I think we did say that there was a ritual in here that you found for creating the undead, and 1 bulk's worth of books that you could pass off to somebody else for a bit of money. A little bit of searching over time, though, you do discover there is something tucked into one of the chairs, just in between the cushion and the side of the chair. There is a key. This key has a defaced symbol of Aradin on the sort of the head of that. I can never remember. There's a special name. I think it's the bow. I think is what it's called on a key. The top part where you would normally put a key ring through. So there is a defaced symbol of Aradin on there. And then you have two doors, one to the north and one to the south.
I recall Moz is just about recovered from being blinded again. Because he was
Yes.
batting around with his...
He was. Yeah, there'd been a little bit of patching people up, so I think that had dealt with the time.
Do any of the doors have a symbol of Aradin or similar on it?
They don't.
I listen at the south door, see if I can hear anything, and then try and detect magic as well.
Okay. So, in terms of listening at that door, you are very, very confident that there are no sounds coming from the other side of that door to the south.
Moz will have a gentle listen to this door, but not with any level of confidence.
You are also very, very happy and convinced that there is no sound coming from that northern door.
Did I detect any magic?
No magic.
Thank you.
We weren't entirely quiet getting in here.
Actually, not entirely true. You do detect magic. And with a little shuffling around, you realise it comes from the north room.
The north.
I was
It's
going
the
to
only interesting way.
I was going to say let's clear south because we've done a lot of the other spaces around here. So I think it's going to be the smallest risk. I'm sure there's something to be said about delayed gratification.
Yes. Usually by Tom Hiddleston to Cookie Monster.
I mean, she's not very happy about it, but she'll go with the party's judgment.
Once he's going to start ambling towards the other door.
Okay.
JJ commented to the DM, he is scouting.
He's scouting. Okay, fair enough. Fine. I hear that loud and clear.
So you'll have a look around the room briefly as everyone manoeuvres, and you'll give a nod to the badger, and then open the door.
Suddenly bigger badger.
This appears to be some sort of just empty chamber. It's a bit weird. There is a broken iron stool and a well-used whetstone on the floor.
Sounds like a prep room or something, maybe. But there's another door on the other side of it, so almost directly the opposite. In fact, it's an iron chair, has me vaguely bugged. Have a listen to the other door.
You have a listen at the other door and you do not hear anything.
Because he's aware of how spaces work, kind of thing, for dampening down noise, he's going to prep. Oop. Hold up.
Holding up. There we go. We're back.
Technology.
Technology.
He's going to hold an action, basically prep his weapon just in case, because he knows the best one, and pop the second door.
A set of stairs leading down.
Good to know.
A later thing.
Yep. That's a later thing. And he'll... Did the door open down towards the stairs or into the room?
Down towards the stairs.
Damn.
Okay. In that case, then what he'll do is he'll bring the stool over and using some of his. Well, if it's opening towards the stairs, that wedge wouldn't work. So
No.
what he's going to do is he's going to use some of his probably like an offcut of the climbing kit and tie the stool leg to the door handle.
Yep.
So if anyone opens it, it's going to make a noise.
Okie dokie. That's fine.
And then leave the other door open. So, anybody else volunteering for going through the other door first, or is it just myself?
I like being behind, to the side, away from the hitty hit kind of thing. You make a good shield.
It'll take a moment. There's a commentary bed about meat shields, and I don't know how I feel about that. And he pushes the door open.
The bathtub and commode in this room are surprisingly clean.
Oh.
It probably hasn't been used in a while. Didn't you say there's something magical in it? Is it a magic shitter?
Dungeon Roomba? Is Dungeon Roomba this game, or is that the other one?
Dungeon Roomba was this game, and Moz has just stepped into it.
So, there is no Dungeon Roomba. Don't worry about that. There is no gelatinous cube, which was actually the other game.
Yeah. It was me who ended up in it.
But with a little bit of concentration and a little bit of time, Neffy can work out that there is a minor enchantment on this room which keeps it clean.
I want that in real life. Is that all it does?
That's it. Yep, that's all it does. It's just
Tina's not interested. Although, I really want to put some, like, do we have anything really dirty we can put in there and see what happens?
Not really, no. I mean, other than each
I go
other.
out and find something.
Something incredibly soiled,
I
just
bet
to leave it in here.
I've probably got some mouldy pie on me, so I put some mouldy pie in there.
You put crumbs and things on the floor, and over time they just disappear.
Becky is really impressed. Neffy is like, oh, this is just pointless use of magic. So, have we done everything on this floor then?
No, not so much.
Oh.
I think that if we go back, I think there's some areas to the north we haven't tried yet.
So, what you do know is that off the large corridor, the 15-foot wide corridor, there was a 5-foot corridor that went up north that you haven't gone through yet. In addition, to the south, beyond the circular room of death, there was definitely a door on the other side of that chamber. In fact, potentially, there might be a lot of stuff around there. And there's also the large temple that you haven't gone into yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the ghost that beat the living daylights out of you, that there was a room off of that as well. Or potentially there was stuff off of that.
Oh.
There were books, if you recall.
Okay.
So in
So
terms
we're
of
not escaping
exploration,
yet.
in terms of exploration, we might as well clear that top corridor. And part of the reason we went away to come back was that temple, or suspected temple. And he has to tell, but it's like that. This is part of the reason we got this blighter. Fancy clearing a couple more rooms and then dealing with the ever-present problem?
Yeah.
Groovy. And looks at the the large amount of people in his way rather than just shoulder barging people.
Okay.
I mean, I'm letting someone else go first after this point.
Failing taking the lead.
There's a door there.
Myriad of doors around here, but yes, there was a door.
I didn't mean the door. I meant the wall. I walked into a wall. I don't want to talk about it.
Well. So yes, what you find is like a small, sort of almost like a step up with a curtain like bit across the top of it, but the curtain's pulled to the side, and a 5-foot corridor heading north. It heads about 20 foot into the dark. Not that you guys can tell that it's dark, because, you know, dark vision everywhere. But yes. Oh, Neffy's being brave.
Don't
She's
worry,
getting
I'm right
impatient.
behind you.
At the end of the 20-foot corridor, two things you notice. Firstly, it opens up to the west and seems to carry on in that direction. And on the east wall, there is a door.
I'm going to listen in and do my standard checks.
Okay.
I will as well.
So doing a bit of detect magic, doing a bit of listening, doing a bit of spirit sense. Anybody else joining in with this wonderful cascade of listening in?
I think it's going to get very crowded around that door.
It would, yeah. It would. Okay.
Wells is mostly just looking up and down the corridors, possibly for traps in his immediate vicinity, because like we're all stacked up here like assholes.
Okay. Neither Inva nor Neffy are able to hear anything on the other side of the door. You do not detect any magic, and there is no detection of spirits as far as you can tell.
Okay. I look to Moz to see if it's okay to open the door.
Go for it. He says with a bit of a heart stroke. Go for it.
So she's going to step forwards and look left first. 'Cause, I mean, can she poke her head round without actually just stepping into the space?
Yeah, it does allow you to do that, but the foundry doesn't. So if you want to see down that corridor, you will have to step into it, I'm afraid. What you see is from where you're stood, the corridor goes another 40 foot. At the end of that is another door, but there is also a door on the northern side about halfway down as well. You can see from where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, wrong thing. Gonna open the door.
Well, you would, but it's locked.
Do I get to try and unlock it?
I mean, you're more than welcome to.
Oh no, that sounds like a horrible challenge. I check for traps first.
You look the door over for traps. You do not find any traps or any indication of traps.
Okay. And then I start trying to lockpick.
Okay. This is quite complex. This is a very complex lock, in fact. You are going to need to have 4 successful thievery checks in order to unlock this lock. I will allow you to roll them, because as with many of these sorts of things, I do believe you would know how well you're doing.
Neffy, have you tried the key we just found?
Can I use the key we just found?
It fits in the lock and begins to turn.
I take it out and I'm going to try and pick it anyway.
Inva can have another hero point. Go on.
I unlock the door.
You unlock the door. The door is now unlocked.
Oh, interesting.
So.
Oh, is that a thing in front of me?
We'll stop right there, and nobody can do anything, and we'll just pause and we'll just listen to this lovely outline. Shelves line the walls while what appears to be a partially completed or perhaps partially ruined sculpture of a sprawling city sits atop a 5-foot diameter circular table. But that's not the main thing that you kind of spot. The main thing you spot is stood behind the table, almost looking over it like it's like they're doing something with it, but kind of more staring through and looking at the door, is a creature, which looks a little bit like this. Firstly, the first thing you realise is it's made of wood, whatever it is.
Grumpy Groot! It's the Grumpy Groot!
The second thing is, it kind of looks a little bit like all the pictures of Belcora that you've seen around here. And the final thing you realise is, it's shrieking, pointing at you and running in your direction. I'm going to need everybody to roll their initiatives, please, as we're gonna have a little bit of a scrap, I think. Remember, yeah, +1, apart from Moz, who gets +2 because improved initiative or whatever it is.
I'm gonna go get my dice.
What is this? What is this?
Lose a hero point. No dice. Incredible initiative.
Incredible initiative is what you've got, is it?
Oh dear gods, and that's apparently what I really do need.
Okie dokie. Well, that's somewhat annoying. I'm just going to pause very slightly. Pause that. Okay, we're back again. We're back again. So, let's get the right music on. Because we want a little bit of combat music. That's what we want right now. There we go. Right,
I don't
okay.
want to be in combat.
Well, you are, and that's just the way it is. Moz. What's your initiative?
I have a grand total of 13.
Oh dear.
I
Oh
rolled
dear.
3 base.
Inva.
28.
28. That's a little better.
Natural
Neffy.
20.
Try that again. I only caught the end of that.
30.
30.
30.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there we go. And Phelan.
31.
31. Well, we can tell who's got the good perceptions, can't we? Right. Under which circumstances, that would mean it's Phelan first.
I wonder what that shrieking noise is. I'm all the way down here.
Yep. If it's pinging and not letting you select stuff, let's hang on a second, what's going on here? Oh, it's because it doesn't think it. Right, try it now. Try it now. There we go, that's better.
Right. Well, can't see anything from there.
Nope. You still have the rest of the movement left, though. It's not.
Okay, that's fine. It's a bit of a thing, so I will whistle up El Badgero.
Mhm.
I believe now he's a mature companion, has a little bit of autonomy.
It does indeed. He gets to have a move or a strike for free without it being an action on your half.
Right.
If you wanted to do
Okay.
any more than that, though, you have to still use your action.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I believe they only get to do that if you haven't commanded them. So it's...
Yeah, it's either or.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. So it means he needs to follow me around without spending an action. Right, so it was 1, 2, 3 to get there.
I can move the diagonal if it's not letting you. There we
Okay.
are, that's fine.
So,
Yeah.
oh, it's a thing. Hello, it's a thing.
Looks like it's made of wood. It could burn it.
That was exactly
It's
what I
made of
wanted
wood,
to
but
do.
it's shrieking and gesturing in our direction.
Mm-hmm.
Become one with the trapdoor.
Burninating all the people in the Thatcher of cottages! Right. Now I have made JJ cringe.
I approve of this message.
Nicely done.
Okay.
Sorry, wrong channel. Walk back out again.
Alright, fair enough. Okay,
I'm done.
you're done. Alright then.
I'm done.
Neffy, it's your turn.
Hang on.
I think JJ's broken.
God damn!
Completely hand-readed it. Just walked in and went, nope. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that.
Okay, I didn't want to have to move, but I'm gonna have to.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm gonna go here,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna cast Burning Hands.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, so you cast off Burning Hands. It's a area of effect, I believe.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm presuming I just have to roll to hit, and it has to do with.
It's a reflex.
It's a reflex saving throw. It's not a.
Oh.
You don't have to hit with that at all. It's just its reflexes.
Okay.
So in total, it's going to get a 23.
Bugger. Yeah. Okay.
Which would normally be a success, but
It's fire.
it is fire. So rather than roll the 2d6 that you would normally roll, I'd like you to roll 4d6, please.
Hey. Okay. I only got out 2. Okay. Oh, I've only got 3 on the desk. Okay, I can do the first 3. So that's a 5, a 6, and a 2. And another 6.
5, a 6, and a 2, and another 6. 13, 19. So it's going to take 9 points of fire damage from the burning. Because it did technically get kind of out of the way of it, but seems to be quite badly affected by fire. At least fire magic, anyway. It is, however, now its turn. So
I'm going to regret that. Oh no.
regret is such a strong term. So it's going
I
to
already regret it.
step up to you, and it's going to punch you.
Rude.
Well, you say that. You just tried to set it on fire. 4 on the dice, but a 4 on the dice is a 21, which is a hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's gonna do 17 points of damage as it punches you.
Okay.
It's then gonna try and swing again.
Hang on, I've got to do maths. Wait a sec. We all know I can't do maths, and the calculator's not loading, so that's helpful.
So on this occasion, it's a 3 on the dice with which comes out as a 15, so it will miss you the second time. So at least you only have to do maths once.
Oh, thanks.
And then
How kind of you.
I know. I'm magnanimous. It is Inva's turn.
So Inver is gonna fish out the barkskin skin potion and drink it.
Okay.
Gives me 10 minutes worth of resistance. 3.
Okay. So that does take 2 actions. You've got to find it in the first place and then drink it. So you have 1 action left.
Technically, I probably should have done that bit first.
Trying to work out why you've got an effect on you or something.
No idea.
I've got no idea what that little symbol is in the top corner of your character, but it's there. It's a lantern, apparently, of some description. I think it's probably your soul lantern.
Yes.
So that's
The hooded one, yeah. The spirit house.
The spirit
thing,
house, yeah. It's probably actually got its own little
Functional
symbol.
light source.
Shouldn't be.
Anyway, yes, I don't know why it thinks you're doing a light because you've not actually got one on you. Anyway, okay, that is that. All 3 of your actions. It is therefore Moz's turn.
Well, it would be rude not to join. And he goes barreling in. What is my movement speed? It is 5, 10, 15. Burst out with a 20 straight past Neffy, and as he goes barreling past, he's just going to wail out with the halberd.
That seems fair enough.
Nice. That is 18 on the dice.
18 on the dice with a plus what?
Plus 1 ghost touch. Plus 1 on that, and it.
I believe it'll be plus 13.
Well, I can get the right tab. Well, yes, it is. It's 13, so that makes a grand total of 30.
That is a hit. It is not a crit.
Oh. Fine. So 1d10 plus, which is 8 plus 4 for 12 points. Slash.
Okay. You hit this thing. That takes a chunk out of it, but not as much as you would expect, considering how well you connected.
Okay. I will then take a moment to consider what I just did and attempt to identify which based on that.
Okay. Let's have a little look at your skill list. Let's see if you've got one's got a chance. Let's do the old roll. That is a fail, I'm afraid. You are not sure what it is.
Fair enough. I don't know what I am sure of. That I get it again.
Well, that's all of your actions, though.
Oh,
I'm
is
afraid.
it 2 for identify?
No, it's 1, but you moved past
Oh,
and
yes, I
hit and identified, so that is all of your actions, I'm afraid. Phelan, it's back to you.
Right, okay. There seems to be an amount of bullshittery going on. So wander around here
Honest.
for 1 action.
Yep.
And we'll cock a use flame off the lady's head
Yep.
for a mighty something to hit. A great and terrible something. Where is my 23 to hit.
23 is dead on what you need to hit.
Right. the hell did I put my defense?
Well, actually, as it happens, I need you to roll 4d6 rather than your normal damage, please.
Okay. Plus my spellcasting modifier?
Just a straight 4d6.
Okay, 11.
11 points. That seems to catch on this creature, and it takes all of that damage. The fire seems to wrap through it quite badly. And we'll move around to there. Okay.
Yep.
Neffy, it is your turn.
Okie doke. Ah, jeez. Okay, I'm right next to it. I'm not happy about this.
Only you had functioning legs.
Yeah, I just don't want it to take a swing at me when I move. If I'm fighting something, is there a penalty for doing a ranged cantrip?
Only in so much as if it does an attack of opportunity on you. If it's
so
got
casting
that,
spells can set off.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Because they do include the manipulate trait, so casting a spell does trigger attacks of opportunity.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Electric Arc on it. Because I've learnt from, Party Dad how to do that. And then I'm gonna move.
Okay.
So I'll do the spell first.
Yep.
Is this another one where you need to react, or do I need to try and hit?
It's a save.
It's a save again.
Okay.
Okay. Reflex again, I believe, or is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a reflex.
Yeah. Basic reflex.
That would be a 27.
Does
Against
it take half on that?
you, it will still take half against with that. Yes.
Okay. What am I doing?
Oh.
Where's my damage? 1d4. That's useful. I rolled a 4, so therefore 2, isn't it?
That lightning hits, and it almost seems to just crackle along its skin and not go anywhere. It doesn't take any damage at all.
Okay, good to know. You know what? I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to try and identify the thing.
Okie dokie. That's fair enough. Let me just have a look. You, after seeing this, are very convinced that this is a wood golem. It is a constructed creature, mindless creation of some wizard or mage. What would you like to know? Defenses, special abilities, or offensive abilities?
Defenses.
Okay, so you already kind of have a general idea that its armor class is 23. I didn't take into account cover, but that doesn't matter for me. It is resistant to all physical damage unless hit with an adamantine weapon. And it is immune to a whole raft of things, being a constructed creature. It does not bleed, it does not suffer death effects, diseases, it does not suffer from doomed or drained or fatigued. It is immune to healing. It's immune to magic. It's immune to mental. It's immune to necromancy, non-lethal attacks, paralysis, poison, sickened, or unconscious. It can't be affected by any of those things. However, what you do know is that while golems are created to be unaffected by magic, they can't be created to be unaffected by all magic. Therefore, if hit by a fire spell, instead of the normal damage of the fire spell, you do 4d 4d8. I got the wrong dice, guys. It's 4d8 damage. So we'll roll that one forward. It's 2d6 if it's an area of effect spell. So
Okay.
swings and roundabouts on that one. But yes, 4d8 damage in future for Mr. Phelan with Produce Flame. 4d8 damage.
Excellent.
Any plant-based spells will heal it, and any earth-based spells will slow it.
Okay.
It is also vulnerable to having the spell Shape Wood cast on it, oddly enough. Smutty face going on over there. But yes, that's I suppose also to a certain extent. It does have a reaction. It can choose if it's hit by a physical weapon to splinter at the target that hit it.
Oh, that could be quite painful. Okay, I relay what I can.
Okay, it is now its go. I have 3 targets: Olorin, Neffy, Moz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 4. That would be Neffy. 5 on the dice.
That's a hit then.
That's a hit. Yeah. Yeah, because a 4 on the
Anything
dice,
on the
was
dice
a hit.
is the hit.
Yeah. 6. 14 points of damage.
Okay, I'm not looking good.
Next attack is going on to Olorin. A 4 on the dice with a plus 15. Is it plus 15? Let me just check that. It might be plus 13 before I jump to that conclusion. It's plus 12, in fact. Ignore me. 16 in total against Olorin. That is a miss. Yeah. And then it is going to... It doesn't have any other mentality. It's going to try and hit Moz with its lowest chance. Plus 7 to this roll. Not a chance in hell. That's a 15 in total. Okay. And that makes it Inva's turn.
Volume.
Muted.
Muted.
It's fine, I was just bitching about my inability to count. So
Welcome
I'm
to
going
my
to
club.
Yep.
and then I'm going to cast Summon Lesser Servitor, and I'm going to summon the one that we don't have a character sheet for yet, Matt. Cassisian, which is the little angel hat!
So, Cass...
Although I'm not going to wear it as a hat, I'm going to point out. It's going to appear next to me.
Okay. So I have a thing out for it, but I don't have a token for it, unfortunately. So for the time being, unfortunately, it does look like a little face.
That's okay. Does it get to do anything this turn?
So I believe it gets to do a single action, almost as if you commanded it that... Sorry, not commanded it, you've given it an instruction that turn. You summon... Yeah, I believe it gets to do almost as if you commanded it that turn. So it does get to move and attack.
Okay. So it has its I-beam attack, which does fire damage.
Yep.
It will release a beam of heat from its eyes with a DC 17 reflex save.
So I'm going to...
Oh, no. It's not going to do it from there, though. It's going to do it. It's going to be... I'm going to have to put it in a different place if I want to do that. Otherwise, I end up burning Neffy to a crisp.
Right,
Don't do
you
that.
might not be able to move it. Let me move it. To
No, I want to stick it there.
Yep.
Because it does a
Okay,
15-foot line.
It does do a
I'd
15-foot
rather
line.
not send it through Neffy.
Yes, that would probably be a good idea. Now, my chance of failing this is next to none. I'd need to natural one it. But obviously what we're looking for here is whether or not I critically save or not, and therefore can avoid all of the damage. With only a 3 on the dice, even with my plus 16, that's only going to be a 19. So I am going to take the damage from this because it's a fire-based attack. So that would be 4d8.
And I have 1d8, so let's roll it 4 times. 3, 4 for 7, plus 6 is 13, and 7 is 20.
Okay, and I will take half that because I did make the save. But yeah,
Ooh, but it now can't do that again for a bit. It's another 2 rounds before I can do that again.
That's 1d4 rounds before that can be used again. So that was 2 actions to summon that, and it got its 2 actions. What
And
are you
I
doing?
moved.
And you moved. Yeah, that's correct. Moz.
I do believe I am in a somewhat more advantageous position than I was before. I've seen the flames working. I'm moderately concerned for half the moment due to the 1, the lance, and 2, the concept of splinters. But he's going to swing for the fences.
Okay.
I'm going to go straight in with it. That's an 11 plus 13 for 24.
24 is a hit with the flanking, so yeah.
That's an 8 plus 4. 12 points of damage.
Okay, so again, it doesn't all seem to go through, but you do take a chunk out of it. It is going to, however, react. It is going to do the splinter on you. This does not cause a triggered reaction because the reaction itself has a line in it which says it doesn't trigger an action. So d20 to see if I can hit you. 5 on the dice, but I have a plus 16 on this for a 21. That still misses. Would have hit last level, but it pings off the armor this time because of the extra level in that you got. Yeah. So yes, that's its reaction done, and you are now free to take your other 2 actions.
And I will attempt a brutish shove.
Okie dokie. Yep, sure.
Because I can knock it a direction. So effectively, having made that let's say a mid left and mid right swing with a halberd, he's going to reverse it and try to hit it with more on side on. Bat it across these. Let's say 13 plus 8.
Except you've got flanking, so it is enough.
Hi!
So that is
Someone was paying attention, and someone wasn't.
Moz was focusing on something entirely different. The character, the player, however. If you hit the target that is yours as a smaller creature is flat-footed, at the end of your turn, and you can automatically shovel it.
Flat-footed till the end of my turn. Okie dokie.
No, I believe until my
End of
turn.
yours. Yeah. End of yours.
I can basically push it up 10 feet away from me. So I will push it 2 squares to the right. I think I can just about reach it technically.
Yep.
And then I'll take a final
Well, you can
swing.
do the damage as well, you know. You are allowed to roll damage on that.
Okay, so then 6 plus 4 for 10.
Okay, again, not all of it going through, but another chunk out of it.
And yeah, feeling. Who's next up in the order? Phelan's up next in the order, isn't it? Can I use my last action in a supportive role to kind of give them any kind of benefit?
So, if you'd had 2 actions to create a delayed action, you could have done something, but No, actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. I will pull that one back. There is a way, I believe, of doing it, but I can't remember. I think. Am I right? Can't remember. I would need to check that, unfortunately. So.
Okay.
Bear in mind, I'm probably going to drop a heal on Nefs and deploy the badger. So.
I am actually standing next to a table type thing, aren't I? I'm standing next to that cityscape.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Can I partly crouch and use it in a defensive manner and effectively take cover?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. So you could take cover.
Increase
from
my IC and make it more difficult to target Neffy.
Yeah. Well, less difficult to target Neffy, but certainly a lot harder to target you.
Yep, that works for me then.
Yeah. Okie dokie. It is Phelan's turn then.
Okay.
So we're going to drop a nice big level 2 heal on Neffy as a 2 action.
Yep.
So that should be 2d8 plus 16.
It should indeed, yeah.
2d8 plus 17 because I've got the staff of being shiny.
Correct.
Which is... That's not a d8. I don't have 2d8s in that set. So that's... 31 points of healing.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so that's 2 actions. You do have 1 action left.
Third action. Go on, Olerin. Chew its twigs off.
Okay, you make that attack roll.
Okay. Bitey. 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, that hits.
And
now, being a large creature, effectively has the striking rune on it, so it does 2d6 plus 3.
2d8 plus 3. It's
2d8. Oh, it's biting.
So that's 12.
12 points damage. Again, it doesn't seem to all go through, but it's still a lump out of this creature. Absolutely. Neffy.
As it's splintered on Moz, we should be fairly safe from it splintering.
Yes, it can't splinter at the moment. Neffy, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm just going to have to shoot it because I don't think there's anything else I can do that's helpful. Right, I'm just going to shoot it. What's that? 16 plus... why can't I find it? They've changed it. Plus 9. 16 plus 9. What's that? 25.
That'll hit. So you've... What have you done with your sword, by the way? Or whatever you were using? Oh, no, you weren't. You weren't. Yeah, you weren't. You were.
I always had my thing...
yes,
ready.
crossbow and lobbing
Crossbow.
spells. That's what you've been doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were testing me then.
So that does hit.
I do this every time. Let me just check.
It's going to do 1d6 damage.
1d6. That's it. But it's not flat-footed to me, is it?
No.
If only.
It's only flat-footed to Moz, is it?
It's not even flat-footed to Moz anymore, because it was only until the end of his turn.
Ah, right. Not the end of his next one.
Not the end of his next one. 4 point. It just sort of bounces off the hide, and does no damage whatsoever.
Okay. I don't get my sword out, which is an action, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I step up to it, ready for next time.
Okie dokie. It's go.
Yeah.
And it's gonna hit Neffy.
Yeah.
A 16 on the dice.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a crit.
This could be bad. Plus
Yep.
17. So 26, 33.
Yeah, it's a crit.
That's a crit.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
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 Just lie down, Shy.
9, 17, 34 points of damage. I believe that's pretty much everything that Phelan just gave back to you, and a little bit more.
To be clear, I have one left.
Should we see who
I
it...
don't know why I bother.
It's going to hit Olerin next, at least there's
I
that.
didn't want into it, I went back. Oh, thumb.
So
First action, grab by collar, throw in corridor.
28 to hit Olerin. That's gonna hit Olerin. For 18 points of damage. And then who are we going for last? We're going for Neffy. +7 on this dice roll. That is an 18 on the dice for a 25.
Yeah, okay, I'm having a lie down.
Yeah, because you're going to take 14 points of
lot.
damage.
Yeah.
Which obviously isn't a 14 points because it's just a hit. You are dying 1 and you are on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
And I tell you
Oh,
what,
that's cool.
because we've been recording for an hour, I think we'll take a break there. And we'll come back to this in the next one. Bye bye for now.